Good morning, Rabbi Sai. And then I was whispering just on time. Remind Oilam this coming Motzei Shabbos, Perikat Chelas, in Kfar Adumim. Edison, Highland Park launches with 10 chevra and some Snapple too, Uvalde, to have much hatzlacha, to keep on growing it. It should be a competition between you and David Salman. Who gets more people? Somebody just sent this to me. It's a Ura Purim production. We have to listen about a minute. So, but just 1 minute into it. Let's go.
What can you do with the drunken bacher? What can you do with the drunken bacher? On some Purim morning. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. On some Purim morning.
Dump him on the Shiva's doorstep. Dump him on the Shiva's doorstep. Dump him on the Shiva's doorstep. A Shushan Purim morning. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. Hey ho, a drunken bacher. Shushan Purim morning. Throw him in the mikveh with all his clothes on. Throw him in the mikveh with all his clothes on. Throw him in the mikveh with all his clothes on. And Purim morning.
Hey ho, drunken bacher. Hey ho, drunken bacher. Hey ho, drunken bacher. On some Purim morning.
Drunken bacher, a sticker. Shushan Purim is not Shushan Purim anymore. It's Purim was 3 weeks ago. Every morning. I go to Shacharis. I have to step over this drunken bacher. Send him to Stefansky to learn Daf Yomi. Send him to Stefansky to learn Daf Yomi. Send him to Stefansky to learn Daf Yomi. It's Shushan Purim morning. Hey ho, drunken bacher. Hey ho, drunken.
Oh, Givaldi. The voice says we're talking about tefillin every day, so Yisrael Shalitsky sent this in, and it's a very, very chashuv thing. We should do this here in our base medrash. I actually made one phone call Erev Shabbos. I didn't reach him. I think it's Rabbi Sher. Maybe we should bring him in tomorrow or something. This is my friend as well as Peres Chaim from our weekly halacha shir from Rebelsky. This is a tefillin awareness project created by Rav Shachter Flatbush. They checked 50,000 tefillin or something. Many people are not mekayim the mitzvah of tefillin properly because it's not placed in the proper place, on the head or on the arm. Imagine someone has a $2,000 pair of tefillin, hasn't filled the mitzvah properly. See the clip, which I did. Also, people need to be extra careful with tefillin. Never leave the tefillin in a hot car. Never put tefillin on your head while your hair is still moist or wet from a shower, or going to the mikvah. Reb Shachter, the tefillin wears, told us when we were learning hilchos tefillin during COVID, there were many outdoor minyanim. They checked a lot of tefillin had moisture damage. Also, before putting away the tefillin shel rosh, make sure it's not moist. Let it air out a bit. The knot rests at the back of the head. We're going to see that today. And position the knot sits in the base of the skull. Significance is that it's often referred to knot, good, givaldik. So, if you can, you get a guy that's a professional, go through everybody in shul. They always find some issues. Rebelli has mentioned a couple of times the connection between the car you drive and the tefillin you wear. A few years back, took my tefillin to be checked by Soifer Manchester. He wasn't happy with the batim. When I asked him, are they kosher or apostle? He said, look, if you drove a $100,000 Porsche, then tefillin are not ideal. I confirmed that my car has been recently valued at 500 pounds. He said, sir, your tefillin are 100% kosher. I want to thank you, Rebelli, for the chizuk that inspired me to put Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. I'm a chassid, and after my wedding, I used to put on Rabbeinu Tam tefillin, but later I became lazy and left them in the closet. I did Ataras Nadarim. They're hearing the inspired story of Rabbi Kamenetsky, age of 90, he's weak, still did not become lazy, put the Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. I decided to strengthen myself in this way, but Lina to put on Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. Shekoyach for all the shiur. Nachman Levi, Bnei Brak. Who has that? I need to put on Rabbeinu Tam today. You have? Should I put them on right now? Well, first time in my life be Mekayim the mitzvah? But I can't, no, I have to make a bracha. So I have to do it after Rashi. I have to do it after Rashi, no?
Do you want to put them on in cheer?
Not in cheer, because then I can't make a bracha. That's what I'm saying. I want to make the bracha on Rashi and then put them on like you do. No, because according to Rashi, it's possible. It's like, it's a problem. Well, about a week ago, people that wear the Rabbeinu Tam, they don't make a special bracha on it. They use the bracha, the original. I just wanted to read this because he says, thank you for giving me life, a bacha from Borough Park. Thank you for giving me life. Literally, these are, thank you for giving me life, a bacha from Borough Park. Please keep my name anonymous. Bob Basra, 125. Who's Yosef Willig? That the guy, there's a Willig that comes now. It's Ramosha. Okay, crops, felt the group. Thank you for putting all the time and effort. Yossi Willig Zvachim Daf Beis. For the Rav Rebelli, I'm writing a shtickle personal inyan. Since the Olam got their hands on the new official Menachos, my learning has taken a very serious turn. Namely, I no longer remember how to learn without it. The clarity, the whole mahalach is gewaldig. Yid opens up the safe and suddenly he thinks he's holding by the sugya. It's mamish dangerous. The problem is, rumors are circulating. The next chelik Menachos is not fully yet. Yes, it is. It's going to be ready on time. It's like somebody checking cigarettes. My chavrusa has suggested we simply continue regular Gemara when we finish. So I'm reaching out b'derech tzchoik, but also with real concern. Is there a projected zman when the next Menachos will be available? May the Rebbe continue being married b'Torah and Klal Yisrael with such clarity that even we can follow along with deep akarsa toiv and mild dependency. Zalmi Yitzchak. No, maybe yes, maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Nida Daf Mem. Gary sent this to me yesterday. It's hilarious. It's not hilarious, but it's like it's a dream. Here we go. The new base medrash. Gary has a whole plan. I'm not kidding. The video camera is going to be above by the gallery. He's going to have like this whole control system. He's going to be sitting there zooming in. No, that part I don't know about. But the camera is above, zooming in. That part I don't know about. Today has $50,000 worth of buttons and joysticks, and it looks like yeah. It's like how many screens do you have up there, Gary? 7 screens in front of him. Oh, this is very chashuv. Rabbi say, take a look at this email. I combined the picture together. On top, you see the Sofer is writing Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin because you're not allowed to write them out of order. So the space where, all the way at the end, Kaddish, Shema, V'hayim Shemoya, they do V'hayim Shemoya and then Shema. But in the Torah, Shema is written first. So what do? You skip to V'hayim Shemoya, you write it at the end, you leave that blank spot, then you put in the Shema. Hi Rebelli, I'm a Sofer, and as Shgacha brothers had that I was writing Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin the day we learned about it. I thought it would be helpful to show this to explain the layout of Kesidron. In the attached picture of Rabbeinu Tam Yad, the other layout is going to have Shema, Vayim Shema placed, I don't know what it says there, placed earlier. The parsha of Shema is written first in its place on the very left. Thank you for the amazing share and going through lens to bring it alive with visuals, hands-on experience, and fun. Shkoyach. Rabbi say the official edition MDY Shas. The Daf today is sponsored by Shani Schechter for the Refuah Shlema of Chana Bas Dina. Amen. Innovations LLC today sponsors as schus that Rebelli's close friends, family should have amazing news ASAP. Yeah. I know what he's talking about. Peter Merker, Shkoyach. In memory of my grandmother, Chana Bas Eliezer, on her yard site. Official edition of MDY Shots Masechta by the Iranian Levi family's Perik Anonymous. Lili Nishma Zachariah Ben Moshe. Masechta sponsor David Salomon. Dedicated memory of Avi Merib Shmuel Baruch Baruch Chaim Tzvi Doish Chron Vracha. Masechta sponsors Joel Gedalis. Lili Nishma my father Jack Gedalis. Anonymous. Haslacha Baruch Nizov Gashmi is the Palchik Family Foundation. Zech Nishma Rav Goyer Shlomo Palchik. The Metchetzer Eloi. Anonymous, Refuah Shlema Moshe Ben Izaha. Anonymous, for complete Refuah Shlema and Arichas Yom Talei Bas Esther. Yisrael Malki. Totally does speak on Malki Zav Chesed. We're so proud of you. Yaakov Mordechai keep steiging. Send the Gross family. Canby Island, UK, in honor of Rebellion. You changed my meaning of life. Plenty Almighty. Yossi, Mark, and Benny, and all the Oiskim Tzorchi and DY. Because Baruch Shalom Scharim. The monthly sponsors: Ari Simon, Refuah Shlema, Avi Mori, Baruch Ben Miriam, Jamie Azulai, Refuah Shlema, Esther Bas Luna, Moshe Aaron, Miriam Landi, Hoyd Lashem Kitoiv, Kilo Elam Chazdoi. Monthly sponsors anonymous. This schus of birth that's good and open and revealed way for Yosef Mordechai Ben Bati Leo Mate. You listen, Yehuda Lewis as a schus for everyone in need of a shidduch. Amen. Anonymous for the merit of Michal Ben Yisrael Yosef, success and blessing in all areas of life. By sprinting out growth, and Nishma Shalom Zalman Ben Yitzchak Isaac, Yom Isaac Ben Tzvi Hirsch Shakoyin, for Shlemi Yonatan Eitam Ben Bracha. Anonymous for the merit of Refuah Shlema from Malka Bas Chaya, Centers.com helping get in Daven Mitzibur with pop-up in Yonim anywhere worldwide. Nishma Chaim Shalom Ben Betzalel. Saul Fisher, otherwise known as Fishy. He did a monthly in honor of Moshe's putting on tefillin and the art for the month. Refuah Shlema Yonatan Eitam Ben Bracha. Refuah Shlema Mordechai Ben Esther. Refuah Sayela Daniel Zev Ben Ayel Esther. We're holding smack in the middle of the Amud Lamed Hey on the base. Omer Rav Yehuda Bereder Rav Shmuel. That's where we're holding. And I have a few questions for the Olam. Is there anybody in this room that thinks that if you put on tefillin at night, you're not supposed to put tefillin on at night? Is there a possibility that if you put on tefillin at night, you get malchus? Malchus. It's such a bad thing to put tefillin on at night. You get malchus. Anybody in this room thinks so? Raise your hand. And you hold that this, according to one man, the army, you get malchus. So we have two people. Two people say the over and a doiraisa. Malchus. Malchus is like if you hit somebody. Again, they should go around all yeshivas telling people if you hit another kid in yeshiva, or like the video. I don't think I hope I didn't show it in shir. a guy got upset at somebody. It's everything, in the shuls, in the shtibos. He just started beating him up in front of children, just beating up another guy. And you're over on Dairais, you can get malchus for that. So that's that. Here's a super interesting question that maybe Benny reminded me to tell the Israelis. I forgot to say it last night. A person who's Mekabel Shabbos early, goes to the early minyan, and then he realizes, oops, I forgot to put on tefillin today. It's a great shaila. On the one hand, he's Mekabel Shabbos. On the other hand, you're not allowed to wear tefillin on Shabbos, but he didn't wear tefillin today, so what should he do? No, so what do you say? You say no. You shouldn't. You say no. It's interesting. I said right away yes. Wow. Machloikis. Yeah, but it's not really Shabbos. You accepted Shabbos early. And because of that, you're going to be a kakapta leimanach tefillin. You're going to be a person who's not mekayim d'oraisa. What do you do? L'chayr, you should put on tefillin. Yeah. Well, not with them, of course. So let's see. Beautiful. We have a lot of good shilas today. Omer Rav Yehuda Bereder Rav Shmuel, Bar Shilas. Rav Yehuda, the son of Rav Shmuel Bar Shilas, Mishmei the Rav. Send the name of Rav. Kesher tefillin shel tefillin halacha leMoshe Misinai. This knot of the tefillin shorosh, not yad, shorosh, which looks like a dalid. So together with the shin on the right, and the dalid on the kesher. This is halacha l'Moshe Misinai. Put a dalid over here. So halacha l'Moshe Misinai, because Baruch Hu said it should put a dalid over here. Mendy, where are your tefillin? You want to pull them out? Omer of Nachman, v'noyeyem the kash time. Doesn't matter. I'll take you a second. V'noyeyem lebar. What does that mean? No, it's a few minutes. V'noyeyem, the nice part of the dalid, facing the outside, not the other way around. This is also part of the halacha l'Moshe Misinai l'chayra. That when the knot is reversed, it's not the halacha l'Moshe Misinai. V'noyeyem, the nice part lebar to the outside. Ravashi Aviyos, show me your kesher real quickly. So the typical way to do it is to make a serious dalid. Now you'll take a look in shul. Some people have a square. It's another minig. I never understood it completely, but what I understand a little bit is that here, this is a square. So basically, it's two dalids. One dalid going this way, and then if you reverse it, it's another dalid going this way. I think that's the way to explain it. But something happened over. Mendy, it's time to get new ritzuas, I think. Are these from your bar mitzvah? You got to upgrade. You upgrade your car? You got that new car? Smells new. New ritzuas, come on. Let me see what else. Let's see what other chisronis we can find here. Oh, got all the hairs here. It's nice and square.
I changed my mind. You can't use my boots.
Not bad. We can use a shtickle. They're not so bad. It's a shtickle upgrade. Okay. Trying to pretend I'm Rabbi Sher or whatever for project tefillin. So, Ravashi Avi Yosef Kamei de Marzutro. Ravashi was sitting in front of the Marzutro. It's a pichale ritzua de tefillin. His ritzua over here flipped inside out, like as so. Omar lei l'savar lamar. Now you have to remember we had a ma'aseh moed katan where Rav Chia fasted for 40 days because his ritzua flipped inside out. 40 days, remember that? Because it's halacha l'Moshe Misinai, it's not a joke. So he says, I like this lashon. It's a new way to do it. Because I'm very careful now not to tell people the artists. Even that guy, Depends to who. my close friends. I'm not going to go to a guy who's a Talmud. I'm going to say, hey, by the way, you're tefillin a little to the left, because then it might shock him or whatever. But here's a great way to do it. Did you not paskin that v'noyeyim lebar, that the beautiful part should be on the outside? Omalei, so he didn't say, hey, jump on him and point at him. He said, I thought you hold like that. He says, yeah, Omalei, lavadatay. I simply didn't realize. Says the Gemara, V'ro kolame haaretz kishem Hashem nikra alecha. The nations of the world will see Hashem's name on you, on your head, on the tefillin shorosh. V'yaru mimeka, and they'll fear you. I heard the story about the Balatanya, and I heard it about the Vilna Gaon. But when Reb Y.Y. Jacobson at our Shabbaton got up and he said the story, he said in the name of the Vilna Gaon. So that was my psak. If a Lubavitcher is going to say in the name of the Vilna Gaon, so that's it. The story is that the Vilna Gaon was asked, how come some Gaon came to bother and whatever, and they saw the Vilna Gaon and they ran out. So he said it's v'yaru mimeka. If you have tefillin on your head, v'yaru mimeka, they'll have fear. He said we're also wearing tefillin, and they didn't have any fear of us. So he said the next statement in the Gemara is Tanya Rebbe Lezer Agadol Omer, Elu tefillin sheberoish. It doesn't say ala roish. It says sheberoish. When your tefillin, when your being is inside your head, what's inside your head? It's not the box that you put on. It's what's inside your head. Real quickly, because we're learning Hilchos Tefillin, I want to show you this beautiful marsha in Brachas. It gives maybe another little bit understanding why we do this every single day. And he says, this is people wrote a side, a big secret, nistar. This is mamish pashat. This is like logic. It's a special mitzvah that gives us a connection, a way to cleave to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then he goes on to say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu also wears tefillin. We're going to see in today's daf. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is cleaving to us, and we're cleaving to Him through the tefillin. There's not, we don't say this about a lulav. We don't say it about other mitzvahs. This is a mitzvah that has Hashem's name 21 times in here, and it has the Shem Hashem, Shakai, Shin, Dalit, Yud, the Yud on the tefillin sheyad. It's a way we should think about it in the morning. In chakras, if you daven already, okay. If you're going to daven, to think we are putting on tefillin to become davuk in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to cleave to Him, to adhere to Him, whatever lashon dveikus is, to become a davuk in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the way we do it. L'honiach tefillin, to be one with Him.
Aaron Agadol
wrote
a book about it in the middle of, and one time his tefillin strap turned around.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So he wanted to fast. So his father told him, for you always fast. So for you, it's not a punishment. You have to eat. That's for you the punishment for Aaron Agadol, because he always fasted.
Got it. Okay. What do you call him? Rebbe Aaron Agadol?
Aaron Agadol.
And I'm talking about Rebbe Lezer Agadol. It says Rebbe Lezer Agadol.
Right, we just said that.
Vasiroisi's copy v'roisas achayre, the famous pasuk that Hakadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu. You'll see from behind me. Omer Avchana bar Bizna, Omer Rav Shimon Chasidu, v'lamet she'er Hakadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe kesher shetfil. What did Hashem show him? Achayre. What is achayre? The back. The back means you'll see from Kaviyachol Hakadosh Baruch Hu wears tefillin, and I'll show you my kesher tefillin. That's what you're going to see. The Chassam Sofer says over here, the famous Vart, and it's a beautiful Vart, that V'roisis achayrai uponai lo yiro. You're not going to see my face. You'll see my back. That is, that when a person is in a matzav of a tsar, a person has something going on in his life, uponai lo yiro. You're not going to understand it when it's right there in front of you. V'roisis achayrai, but years later, when you look back, you say, oh, now I understand. Yeah, it was taka. That was better. That was the way it should be. Or maybe lasad lavai. Who knows when? Right now, when you're in the tsar, you don't understand. Ufanai lo yiro. Reisis achayrai, but you will see. Eventually, one day, you'll get to see it. I know it from the.
He says. Oh. Ufanai lo yiro means you see his back because he's hugging you. When you're hugging you see the back of the person.
But he's mechulik. He says you see right away. He's saying you see right away. Okay. Omer Rav Chana bar Bizna, Omer Rav Shimon Chasidim, Lamed She'er L'Hakadosh. Omer Rav Yehuda, Kesher Shel Tefillin Tzorich Shel Malo. Oh, here, come. The Kesh, but quick. We're here already. I forgot to call you. So everybody give you shkoch to Benny. You're putting it on not l'shem mitzvah now, just l'shem learning. So, first of all, a very, very important halacha. Very important halacha. That this part of the tefillin, and you see, if every time you go to Minyan, you'll see one or two people that are not doing it correctly, and then, according to Mishnah Berurah, you're not yoytza. That if this part of the tefillin sticks out past the hairline, and then if a person doesn't have hair where his hair used to be, it's no good. So if it's a little bit like this, no good. not yoitz according to the Mishnah Berurah. Has to be up here. So it's another thing you should check. Now turn around a second. Is there a problem here with his knot? I mean, everybody look at this beautiful sweatshirt, Shmak, MDY Kids sweatshirt. What's wrong with this knot? The problem is it's too low. Why is it too low? 'Cause everybody take your hand, feel the back of your head. You'll feel where your skull is, and then there's a dip. The knot should not be in that dip. The knot should be above the dip. It has to be touching at least part of it. Okay, now you can go, I think.
You should tell everyone it was perfect until this morning. I changed it just for
You changed it just for this. Yeah, okay. Now, I want everybody going around to everybody in shul. No. But there's a dip. You feel the dip? It should not be in that dip. It could be, half of it could be in the dip, but half should be above the dip. Some of it should be touching. His happens to be completely below the dip. I felt it. I saw it yesterday. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a Talmud Chacham now. I just learned the sugya. Oh no good. I have the right to go and tell him. My first time, I just learned it. I'm already telling people Musar. So the other thing is, I've never seen this one, but if it's below the hairline on the back, below the hair, then you're not yaitze b'chlal. Then you're not yaitze. But l'chatchila, the kesher should be also straight. Sometimes you see people, the kesher is a little bit to the side. It should be in that groove over there, so that it lines up with your tefillin, which are also supposed to be straight between your eyes, and the kesher should be directly. Sometimes it's a little off. It's easy to fix, actually. So, if your thing's like this, so your kesher is going to be, so you just pull it a little bit. Boom. And then the kesher becomes straight. All right.
What if you don't remember when you
And then you're good.
So you should be, hey, seriously, a good shaila. You go to Chumrah. Keep on pushing it back. Zog the Gemara. Amr Rav Yehuda. Kesher tefillin tzarich shel lemala. Lemala. What does lemala mean? Some of you were looking at me and like, wow, that's interesting. Lemala means above that groove. Kadei shiyu Yisrael lemala, that we should be on top. We should be above the Iranians imach shemam v'loy lemato. V'tzarich sheyeh klapi ponim. It should be straight with the face. Interesting way to learn it. Kadei shiyu Yisrael lefanim v'loy lacher. We should be in the front and not behind. Omar Shmuel bar Beidari Omar Rav. Another halach in the name of Rav. Ramilo. I love this as a Magichir. This is Givaldik, one of the best Gemaras. V'amrilo Omar Rav Acharicha Omar Rav Huna. V'amrilo Omar Rav Menachos Omar Shmuel. Oh. Tefillin me'mosim mevarch aleim. So this is a famous sugya. When do we make the bracha on the tefillin shel yad? Says Gemara Mishas Anachasan. You put them on your hand, and you pull it tight, and you go like this. Don't take anything yet. Don't get nervous. And then you make the bracha. Ask the Gemara, how could that be? Eini. V'amar Rav Yehuda Shmuel. Kol ha-mitzvos kulon mevarch alein oiver la'asiyason. Oiver la'asiyason is a very tricky word. Words. It means the way Mr. American would understand it is koidem la'asiyason, right before we do it. But the Gemara uses an interesting lashon, oiver la'asiyason, which means the same thing. It means before you do it. Think about it. When do you make a bracha on a lulav? You make the bracha and then you shake. When do you make a bracha on matzah? You make a bracha, then you eat. So we make a bracha on tefillin and then we tighten it. Mahadik. Another famous one is when we wash our hands. So we wash our hands for Hamaitzi, you wash your hands, you make a bracha before you dry your hands. You dry your hands afterwards. So it should be over la'asiyasan on the drying. All mitzvahs, not most. All mitzvahs, you're supposed to make the bracha first. Yeah, what about it? That's because of Shabbos and things like that. That's something else. Yeah, okay. I'm sure there's a few yotzim in the class. Geiros, very good. Okay.
So when you can't, you can't.
Yeah, I'm sure that, as a general rule. Here's a question I had this Shabbos. I think it's a thing that sometimes people mistake, so I'll just throw it out. If somebody speaks after Natilas Yadayim, should he wash his hands again?
No. Yes.
So you see, it's interesting. People don't know. The halacha is you don't have to wash your hands again.
You don't have to.
No, after the bracha.
After the bracha.
After the bracha, I said, okay. I thought it was understood. After the bracha.
After the bracha?
No, you don't have to wash again. Okay, you shouldn't talk. It's better not to talk. But it's not mamash hefsek. It's a minhag. Yeah.
That's what you're talking.
No.
Let us say salt.
No. If you're Mesiach das, no. If you're Mesiach das, then you have to wash again. Yeah.
Unless you're talking about
Depends what. What? So we're talking about tefillin, right? Somebody who wears tefillin the whole day. He's Mesiach das if he talks for 1 minute? No. Depends. Not every talking is Mesiach das.
Then you could even go to the bathroom.
No, but you're not allowed to be Mesiach das for a moment. Okay, we'll get there. So how do you make a bracha before after you strap it to your hand? Says Gemara, you're right. You put it on your arm, you do not tighten it, you just leave it there, and you mechaven that you're doing dveikus in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then you make the bracha, and then you strap it down. Just to go over, I'm sure everybody knows this because you did it by your bar mitzvah, but you're supposed to be on top of the muscle, the bicep, the kibaris, and slightly towards the heart. Some people put it over here, not so good. Some people over here. On the spitz of the bicep, tiny bit towards the heart. Make sure that when you tighten it, it doesn't go too much to the heart. Maybe you should start when it's straight, and then when you tighten it, it'll probably give a little tug. Also depending on what nusach you tighten, v'chulu v'chulu. Okay. Omer Rav Chizda. Here's a question. It's not a question. It came out a thing to me yesterday when I was learning this sugya. Is there some sort of, people go like this with their tefillin, they move around. Is there an inyan? Is there a mitzvah to go like this? Is there, or it's just like OCD kind of stuff? Is there some sort of inyan OCD? So it comes out from today's sugya that it's mamish a big mitzvah to go like this, a real mitzvah, to move it around a little bit.
This is what you use.
No, a mirror, you're not makayim the mitzvah.
No,
I don't want to get confused. I'm not talking about straight, making sure that your tefillin is straight, mitzvah. Touching your tefillin. Touching mishmush mitzvah. So this is touching. Touching your tefillin is a mitzvah. So let's see. Yeah. So you have the MDY thing. No, that's another inyan. It is helpful.
It's different. You shouldn't use a mirror. It's just as far as I said. You're not supposed to look in a mirror.
Right. If you're holding, you're not allowed to look in mirrors, it's a problem. Listen to this. Soch bein tefillah tefillah. So here's the big machlokes. Rabbi says the big machlokes between Ashkenazim and Sfardim, and on the Sephardi side are the Gronics. Do you make 2 brachas on tefillin or just 1 bracha on tefillin? I don't know if you know, but Sfardim only make 1 bracha, lahaniach tefillin. Ashkenazim make 2. They make 1 on tefillin shel yad and then 1 on tefillin shel rosh. This machlokes is these few lines right over here. Soch bein tefillah tefillah. If a person spoke between the 2 tefillin, shel yad and rosh, chayzer umevarach, he must make the bracha again. So the Gemara asks, Soch in, loy soch loy. Wait a minute, I thought you have to make 2 brachas anyway. V'sholach Rav Chia, b'reider Ravuna b'shmei Rav Yochanan. It says in the name of Al tefillah shel yad oimer bracha sher kedushanim seisav tzivanu lehoniach tefillin. I remember my father telling me it's lehoniach tefillin, which Rashi explains. Lehoniach tefillin is the beginning of the mitzvah, and al tefillin shorosh you say oimer bracha sher kedushanim seisav tzivanu al mitzvahs tefillin, which is when you finish up the mitzvah, you say al mitzvahs tefillin. Interesting question. It's time to throw this out and maybe explain a little bit what's going on here. A person arrives in his vacation destination in Australia, and he looks into his tefillin bag and he only sees tefillin shel rosh. Should he put them on by themselves? What? Yes. Anybody say no?
You're supposed to have the shel yad on.
You're supposed to have the shel yad. It says in the pasuk. It's in the pasuk. But the halacha is you put it on. Now, what bracha do you make? If you're Ashkenazi, you make 2 brachas, 1 on yad and 1 on shel rosh. Do you make 2 brachas on the shel rosh or just 1? Mitzvah's tefillin. Huh? You say 1, 2. How do you know all this stuff? Yeah, but maybe, no. This bracha is for shel rosh. The bracha 1 is for rosh. Bracha number 1 is for yad, 2 is for rosh. Now I'm putting a rosh. The answer is you make 2 brachas for the shel rosh. Okay? So what's going on over here? Abaye v'Rava, so we have a problem here. He says, if you speak, then you should make 2 brachas. But it seems like Rabbi Yochanan says, you should always make 2 brachas. Abaye v'Rava d'amri tarvayu, look at this line and tell me what do you come out with this line over here. And this is it, right over here is the whole machlokes. Loisach mivarach achas. If you're not going to shmooze, you make one bracha, like the Svardim. Sach, if you're a big talker, mivarach shtayim. Only then do you make two brachas. So why in the world do Ashkenazim make two brachas? No, we don't talk. Don't talk. Asks Tosfos a bomb question. You're telling me the only time you make two brachas is if you talk. So Chachamim were miyased a bracha for bums, people that don't keep halacha. When guys are special bracha, different than the other bracha, don't make the first bracha again. Make a new bracha. We're going to create a new bracha for the shmoozers in shul. If you talk during Kaddish, then we have a special Kaddish for you. That doesn't make any sense. Don't talk, and we don't have to make a Kaddish. Therefore, says Tosfos, this whole Gemara is talking about Shorosh. If you put on your Shorosh and you talk, then you have to make another bracha. Two brachas. So you're like the guy going to Australia on vacation, and you pull out your Shorosh, you have to make two brachas. But if you're not, if you're only putting on one, you're putting on your Shorosh like everything else, and you didn't talk in between, then only make one bracha. And that's why Ashkenazim go like Rabbeinu Tam, that this whole Gemara is talking about Shorosh, and therefore you need to make two brachas. Svardim go with Rashi, that we're talking about general. You only make one bracha. If you happen to shmooze, make two brachas. I never made the second bracha in my entire life. I don't know what it is. So you say, oh, this is super important. Rabbi said, listen to this. Ashkenazim say, Baruch Shem Kavod Machuz L'Olam V'ed. Now you have to be super careful not to say it before you pull your film down. Not everybody knows. I see people going, Baruch Shem Kavod Machuz, and they pull it down. Because if you say Baruch Shem Kavod Machuz, before you pull it down, you just made a hefsek. You just ruined the whole thing. You're not allowed to talk.
You say it, because it's a suffix.
Suffix on the bracha.
Right.
But don't ruin your Hanachas Tefillin.
For sure.
Okay? You're for sure, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that don't know these things. The little things. They're so used to it. They're doing it before they pull it down. So this is the side. This is why we have a machlokes. You say two brachas, not. I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't even know that Sfardim don't make two brachas. V'chula.
Sit down.
And
Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down.
That we see, but we don't know what they're saying. Yeah. Here's a beautiful question. Also, this question after question. Nachman Seltzer, Reb Nachman Seltzer, when you put on your tefillin Rabbeinu Tam, are you allowed to talk between the Shel Rosh and Shel Yad?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
He says, yo. He says, no. No. But what's the question? You're not making brachas now. The brachas are the original. So they say basically you should not.
You're allowed to talk. It's not like Rashi.
That, I'm telling you what this poiskim. There's a whole.
For sure, it's better not to. It's not like
Why
Rashi.
for sure?
It's not like Rashi.
Right. Right. The Chalamoid is also negeh. Okay. I'm saying you're not allowed to talk. He says you are. No. By the way, somebody wrote to me that our argument yesterday about Rebbe Eliezer ben Hurkes was right. I'm just throwing it out there.
He's wrong.
I'm serious.
He's wrong.
He showed me the whole sugya. He went through all. First of all, the names are not brought in the sugya. He says it's a medrash.
Father, Eliezer was the son. He was crying because he couldn't learn Torah. His father said, "If you."
Okay, we heard the whole thing yesterday. I'm just telling you what the email says.
It's not true.
I go the fee emails. I go the fee weiter.
The song.
Zok the more.
The song.
Tana. Kishu meniach sheyad v'akar meniach sheroish. This we know. Oh, I did.
Tana sach ben
Tana. Sach ben tefillah. If he spoke between the two tefillin, aveira hi biyadai. This is a big aveira. Oh, it's a good thing you told me because this is big. V'chayzer aleh me'erchei hamilchama or me'orchei hamilchama. What does that mean? It's an aveira to speak between tefillin. Tosfos says that it's mashma over here from Rashi. I'll show you the Tosfos. Aveira biyadai. Metoch pirush hakundris is mashma dimsachu birach shari v'leki yisura ela adirav a mitzvah. If you made a bracha, it's a good thing. Oh, so what we're talking about over here, v'loy birach, that he put on tefillin shel yad, then he spoke, and then he put on tefillin shel rosh, then he gets an aveira. It's such an aveira. It says in the pasuk. V'yasva ashreiter l'daber la'am v'amru mi ha'ish hayorei v'rach halevav. Who's the man who's scared and has a weak heart, soft heart? Yelech v'yoshel lebeisa. He can't go to war. Go home. There's a famous maisa with the maskilim that they made a show, like a play by Chavos Chaim or the Chaim Moiser. I don't remember Chaim Moiser. Yeah, Reb Chaim Oizer. And basically the play was that they had a whole army, and the guy announced who's scared, and a bunch of people left the stage, and then more people, and then Bekitzer, and then one of them said the Baal Shem Tov, the Gra, like they were making fun of Gdolim, that they were going off the stage, and like 3 old people remained on the stage, and then there's like a boom, and then the thing was over, and they said, it's mamish haskala. So they went to Reb Chaim Oizer, and Reb Chaim Oizer said, but you don't understand, the end of the play is that boom is where the enemy got destroyed. So we decided to make a tikkun to that play. Seriously, make a tikkun. We're going to show how Klal Yisrael actually destroys the enemy. Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to tell you where you can find the best cholent.
Oh, where?
At Paltiel's Mikvah store.
כל מי שבונה בייס יחזור לביתו. כל מי שנשא אישה יחזור לביתו. כל מי שסוך בין תפילה ליד לתפילה שורש יחזור לביתו.
נצ'רה ובאז!
אין עוד מלבדו!
So this is a big avera that you come back. This is the averas that we're talking about. Speaking about Nachil Shabbos Avodah Zarah, talking between tefillin and tefillin. Tana, miniach sheyad, v'achar miniach shorosh. First comes the tefillin sheyad, and then afterwards the shorosh. Kshu chayletz, it's the reverse when you take it off. Chayletz shorosh, v'achar chayletz sheyad. How do we know this? Bishlam kshu miniach sheyad, v'achar miniach shorosh. And afterwards it says first you put it on your hand, and then in the Torah it says you should put it on between your eyes. How do you know you remove the tefillin shorosh before the yad? Rav Huna explained to me now nobody look inside. Look at me for a second. If you look inside you can't answer. Where do we see in this pasuk that we're talking about 2? Where does it say in the pasuk? Tetafos. I also thought that until I look in Rashi. Rashi says from the word v'hayu. The v'hayu is the lashon rabbim over here. V'hayu tetafos beinenecha kol zman shebeinenecha yushtayim. What does it mean? You should put double 2 between your eyes, but we only put 1 between our eyes on our head. So what does it mean? You put 2, meaning as you have 1 on your hand already, then you put the second one on your head. But nevertheless, that's why Shamshi thought, hey, it's a mafurish pasuk that you cannot put on shel rosh unless you have shel yad. Nevertheless, that's why it's a chiddush that even if you only have 1 and shel rosh, they're not connected. It's 2 separate mitzvahs, and you put on the tefillin shel rosh by itself. I just thought I wanted to throw this out. That a lot of things that we do today, we do out of hergel, we're so used to doing things, and we're so used to seeing things, that, like, whatever it is, you see somebody doing something, he's like such a weirdo, he doesn't, whatever it is. And then you think to yourself, if you saw somebody walking down the street with tefillin, you say, Mamash Sugar, like a weird guy, strange guy. You see Zilman, weirdo. But the truth is, we're weirdos. Everybody wore tefillin. All the generations, we wore tefillin like we wear tzitz today. They went to work with tefillin. The whole day they wore tefillin. Just what? We don't know how to keep our minds straight. We don't have, we're Mesiach Das. We don't know how to keep our bodies, our mind. But if we saw it, we'd like, wow, they're, for sure they don't know what they're doing. You look at the minhagim, whatever. But it's not like that. It's mamash fakert. Halavai, we should be able to wear tefillin every day. Stop. A lot of things are like that. Like, you think 200 years ago they wore a hat, they went like this. So if you don't wear the hat, it's like everything's like that. So how we're used to. Torah Rabbana. Tefillin me'imosei mevarach aleim. When are you allowed to start making the bracha? Mishas hanachasan. The zman is, whatever the zman is, it means when you're allowed to start putting on tefillin. Obviously, if you daven vesikin, you daven nates, you're allowed to put on tefillin before. So you don't have to wait until the sun comes out. It's before that. What's the shear? 45 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever it is. There's a certain shear. Somebody sent me a video that I forgot to look at it, that in the kaisel every day, there's a bunch of guys that dance, and they go, Higias, man, tzitzis, they make a whole niggin. This is what he told me in Milshin. He sent me a video and I forgot to look at it. Okay. So a guy is on his way. He got up early in the morning, 2 in the morning. Is he allowed to put on his tefillin? Why? He's scared that they're going to get lost. It's a good eitzah. I was told that a lot of tefillin get lost and it's very hard to find the owners. Put your phone number in there. A lot of people leave it on the bus, in taxis, whatever. Put your phone number. It's a 1 second and okay. So you're on the way. You want to put on your tefillin? Menichon, you put on the tefillin. When the time comes, 5:30, when you're allowed to put on your tefillin, you're ready to put on 2 o'clock. You go like this. You move it a little bit, and that renews the hanacha, and you make a bracha. So let me ask you something, just from reading the words. You make the bracha and then you touch it, or you touch it and then you make the bracha. What's an afkamina? Oiver lasiyasa. You have to make the bracha before you put on tefillin. So if touching it is the putting on, so the Gemara should say, mivarach aleim umemashmish b'hem. That's not what it says. Memashmish b'hem mivarach aleim. But the answer is, of course, you have to move them. You have to make the bracha first, and then move them because over lasiyasa. Look at, huh?
1 or 2 brachos when you're doing that.
Both. Why not? Why not? If you're Ashkenaz, you make 2. If you're Sephardi, 1. There's no nafkamina. You just put on your tefillin anew. Look at Taisus. It's on the screen. You don't have to take off your towels. The kivin on the towels also. You go like this. You shake it up. Even though there's a difference. Listen to this. I just wanted to show you this. Shamishmush mitzvah. And that made me feel good. Anytime you go like this, and you should do it often, every 5 minutes or so, give it a little move, because that's now you're saying I'm not Mesiach Das. I know I have tefillin, and give it a move. It's a mitzvah. Taisa says Shamishmush mitzvah. That's why some people go shartim loisa yadecha. They do a whole thing. Some people, the guy says you're not allowed to because you don't the mil shema. You don't kiss things. You don't touch things. Okay, but that's
machlokes and Allah.
Yeah. Right. There's also people, I heard this, that some people will wear tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam after the regular shkia. They go like up to the Rabbeinu Tam shkia, up to the Tam. But there's no connection. There's l'shitasi, but there's absolutely no connection between the 2 things. This is halacha tefillin, and this is halacha. Just because you hold like that doesn't mean okay.
Together.
What?
Rabbeinu Tam together at the same time.
Yeah. Moroccans, a lot of Moroccans wear 2 tefillin, the small 2 tefillin, they wear at the same time. By the way, every kid knows about the halacha of Adam Asalim Mashmish Bekisa Bechol Shavasha, in Bab Metzia in the beginning, in Eli Metzias. That's another halacha. That when it comes to money, then everybody's touching their while making sure. Dvarim Shvigdusha, maybe not so much. So we have a big machlokes here. When do you have to remove your tefillin? Happens to be that my father is a gronik, right? And since I'm a little kid, as far as back as I can remember, since I'm 4 years old, I remember, maybe even always wore tefillin the whole day. The whole day, my entire life. So he actually doesn't really remove his tefillin the second shkia comes. He goes with the Gemara over here, and I saw some Zilbermanim, I saw them mamish walking around the kaisel. You see, there's, during Kabbalah Shabbos, they're still with their tefillin. Because they go like this Gemara over here. That's what? Until when? So Shita number 1 is that Shetishka Chama. I see there's a tzion here in the Shulchan Aruch. That's the halacha. Okay. Rabbi Yaakov Omer at Shetichla Regel Min Hashuk. Until people leave the marketplace. So Taisus says, it seems, I'm not exactly sure what Rashi says, because Rashi says that they hold that Laila lavs man tefillin. Taisus says they hold Laila's man tefillin. It could be that Rashi agrees with Taisus, just it's not appropriate to wear at night. They hold not midaraisa, midarabana maybe. Not 100% sure. So we have shkia, we have until you leave the marketplace, and we have chachamim who say until people go to sleep, which is much later. The Rebbe Yaakov, this is interesting. it's not such a great mashal, but maybe a little bit in the stock market. You get this email, buy this the Tesla. It's a buy, or no, it's a sell. And sometimes you have a hold. You hold. What's pshat and hold? Either you're supposed to buy today, or you're supposed to sell today. What does hold mean? Stop. Right. You're allowed to wear your tefillin all the way to 9:30 at night. That's when people go to sleep. Let's say. Let's call it 9:30 at night. But you're not supposed to put them on. If they're on, you just keep it. It's a hold. You know what I'm saying? You get a hold. Let's say they're off. You took them off because you went to the bathroom at 8 o'clock. That's it. You're locked out. The sun went down. I get until people go to sleep. Nope. You don't put it on now. The halacha is when people like menorah candles, Hanukkah menorah, until people leave the market. They dive in Meir with the tefillin. Rabbi, I'm telling you, if we lived in those generations, we wouldn't know what's flying. So you go to shul, and the people are. There was a little video here. I wasn't so crazy about it.
Did you bring me the pizza? Hey, aren't you David who studied with me in school?
Wait, I will recite the blessing for the tefillin. ברוך אתה אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להניח תפילין.
Do you want to sit with me and eat pizza? I'm bored.
Come on, get on. Gazzo.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Mamish don't know. What? That's what he's doing. Oh. Here's the pshat. We have pshat. Good pshat. He put on the tefillin before, and then he was memashmish, and he said the bracha. So once you touch that, he's just showing that you're allowed to put it on before. If you're scared that it's going to get lost in the wall, he doesn't have room because he's holding the pizzas. He's He's scared, so he put it on. Okay, give out. Yeah. What? Oh, he's scared. Oh, Rabbi Isai. Those who know. Those who don't know. I'm sitting here. I want to make a public mecha about what happened yesterday in Bnei Brak. A Ben Torah doesn't act like that, and I think it's a tremendous chil Hashem. It's merachek. It's not important. If you know, you know. IYKYK. It's merachek rechoikim, and I believe it's merachek kroivim. It's a chil Hashem, real chil Hashem, and that's it. He mentioned Bnei Brak. He mentioned burning a motorcycle, and they burnt the motorcycle with tefillin yesterday. We said, some say the halacha is not like Rabbi Yaakov. That at shetichel regular shuk. Daf lamed vav and beis. V'ho Rav Chizda v'Rabbi Baravuna maslu b'burta. What do we do with Rav Chizda and Rabbi? We used to daven ma'ariv with it. Ahu pligo. They argue. Imi Omer Rabbi Baravuna hachi. V'Omer Rabbi Baravuna sovek chashecha, sovek ein chashecha. What's this? That's later. Turning to the Daf at our global, your one-stop shop for all your financial needs. Isaac Castle, in honor of all them, the white divers in South Florida, we shall all be zoicha. Matzliach Baruch Nisu B'Gashmi. It's anonymous in memory of Moishe and Peretz for Yard Side Chav Zayin Shvat. Sovek Hashecha, Sovek Loy Hashecha. In other words, Ben Hashmoshes, you don't know if it's nighttime or not. It's in between. It's one of these in between. Loy Choyles V'Lei Miniach. You don't have to remove your tefillin. You don't put them on. But it's Mashma Avadei Hashecha. If you know for a fact that it's nighttime, Choyles. How come you tell me you don't have to take them off? Hasam Be'erev Shabbos Itmar. So we're talking about Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos is different. Then you have to remove your tefillin. So that's why I said before, Moedik Halacha comes out that if a person realizes whatever, let's say he was on Atzala call, he couldn't wear his tefillin, and he goes to shul early. Every week he goes to the early minyan, and he goes to the early minyan, Kabbalah Shabbos early, and then he realizes he didn't put on tefillin. So l'chayra, he should put on. Ask your local rabbi. L'chayra, you should put on tefillin, even though for you it's Shabbos. We'll see in a second. Micah Sovar. Ask the Gemara, I don't understand what's going on here. There's a big connection, says the Gemara, between Shabbos and nighttime. That is, if you hold that you could wear tefillin every night, on Tuesday night, on Wednesday night, Shabbos Nami is a man tefillin. They're both connected to each other, as you're going to see. Why? Because you learn from the same exact word that you learned that you're not allowed to wear tefillin at night. You also learn you're not allowed to wear tefillin on Shabbos. So if you hold that you're allowed to wear tefillin at night, that means you're allowed to wear tefillin on Shabbos. And if you hold that Shabbos is not a time to wear tefillin, why? Because I'm going to learn from that word yemima, miyamim. So memela, from that same word, you also learn that you're not allowed to wear tefillin at night. So how does he say you're allowed to wear it at night? The what? The Sanya says, take a look at this puzzle for a second. Let's look at this one. This is Parshas Kaddish, the first parsha in the Tefillin. It talks about Tefillin. All 4 parshas talk about Tefillin. That's why they're in our Tefillin. Put on Tefillin on your hand and your head. And then it says in Pasuk Yod, you have to keep this chayk, this mitzvah. Miyamim yamima. Should have made it red. Maybe Gary can make it red. Miyamim yamima at the end, the bottom of the pasuk. So yamim, I learned from the word yamim v'loy leilos. You only wear tefillin during the day, not at night. Miyamim v'loy kol yamim, but from the days, not all days. Proud Shabbos is b'yom tovim. So on Shabbos and Yontif, not. So Memela, it's the same word. No nights, no Shabbos. You got it all wrong. This puzzle is talking about that the chiyuv of Karban Pesach is every single year, miyamim yamima, every generation. So how does he know? So Mela, Shabbos and the night are not connected. Wherever Rebbe Kiva gets his, so do we, but only halfway. The Sanya Rebbe Kiva Omer Yochel Yenei Chalim Tefillin Shabbos V'Yom Tovim. Oh, so here's the famous Rebbe Kiva, that you don't wear tefillin on Shabbos because of ice. We'll see in a second. And Memela, during the night, you could wear. I'm not learning from the same word, miyamim, night and Shabbos. I have another source for Shabbos that you're not supposed to wear. So night, Memela, I'm allowed to wear at night. Then what? It says, ice al yadcha. So the art scroll translates its sign. I didn't like that so much, because sign to me is a little weak. I was looking for a stronger word. Even in our Gemara, they translated sign. I thought it's more, I went to ChatGPT, he goes, it's a living testimony maybe. He says, I understand what your problem is. You need a little bit more Kedusha in this, he tells me. Gives me a whole thing. Divine signature. To me, ice is a little bit more. It's not a bris, but it's not a sign. It's like, it's a connection between me and the Rebbeinu Shloilo. Sign is a little weak. You ask him? No, so you have a better word than that? Oh? Emblem. It's not. It doesn't show me the connection between me and the Rebbeinu Shloilo. So Memela, me. Oh, mishitzrichim ois. A weekday needs a special ois. Yatsu Shabbos v'Yom Tovim shehein gufon ois. They themselves are a sign. There's a mashal. Interesting mashal. Chassan buys his kala a nice ring, and she's all excited about the ring. She's staring at the ring. Then the chassan comes for Shabbos, the first Shabbos. And he's schmoozing with her, and she's going like this. She's looking. So he tells her, listen, I got you the ring, so you should think about me. But I'm here. What are you looking at the ring for? Say, tefillin is a sign, connection between me and the Rebbeinu Shloilo. But Shabbos, he's here. Like, you don't have to think about him. He's right here. Shabbos is different. Shabbos is the ois. Oh, there's no sponsors today. What? I don't know. Are they guests? No. Who's the guest? Look. Oh, Shamalei, what's your name? From? London. Shamalei, how old are you? 14. You did the daf?
This guy.
He is. I see. He knows. He knew the halachas of tefillin. Who else? Oh, Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? From?
What?
From where? South side. Lo zocher. Oh, the Super Bowl. Got it. Yeah, that's him.
What?
The Super Bowl video from the South Side. Huh?
That was the great video.
Yeah.
What?
What?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
How do you know it was a great video? It's a great video.
It was a video in a restaurant. That's the one?
Yeah, South Side.
It's great. I love
yeah,
it.
there was that. It's in Lakewood?
I was so
Lakewood.
excited about that.
That was you? So you do the daf every day during work, the whole... It was a crazy day. Shkoyach, it was a good video.
I love it.
What? Most orders. Most sales. Beautiful. It's all because of the Daf or the Super Bowl. All right, so we're running out of time here. By the way, this is the yisoid of the machlokes again between Ashkenazim and Sfardim. I think also, do you wear tefillin on Chalamayid? Does Chalamayid have ice? Chalamayid doesn't have ice. So if it doesn't have ice, then you need to wear tefillin. The Vilna Gaon says you don't wear tefillin. That's why in Eretz Yisrael most Ashkenazim don't wear tefillin, but in Chutz La'aretz Ashkenazim do wear tefillin. Okay. Yeah. Now, it's known. Here's a very interesting thing. It is a riddle. Reb Chaim Kanievsky always asks the Bar Mitzvah Bacher the riddle. If you know the answer, please don't answer. It's a tricky riddle. It says there's one sheet that says, tell me the one sheet that says that a regular Jew should be wearing tefillin on every Shabbos. Every Shabbos in the morning, right after Shachris, he should put on his tefillin. Well, who is it? It's a person who cannot have a bris milah because his brothers die because of milah. So he doesn't have that second ice. And because he doesn't, you need two ices according to one sheet. You need Shabbos and milah. I'm sorry, tefillin and milah. Shabbos and milah. So, but on Shabbos, you don't have milah. You only have Shabbos. It's not enough. So you need to put on tefillin on Shabbos. Shabbos, you don't have, I'm saying you don't have tefillin, and you don't have milah, so you have to put on tefillin. According to, no. It's one shita. It's just a riddle. Just a riddle. Calm down. Don't. We don't pass it based on the shir. Omer Rabbi Lazar, kol miniach tefillin achas shkias hachama oiver b'asei yo oiver anasei. Also, somebody asked Rav Shach once that he didn't put on tefillin in Erev Shabbos. It was Ben Shmoshes. He passing that he should put on tefillin Ben Shmoshes. Stop. I don't know if we're passing based on Rav Shach. I'm just throwing it out there. Rabbi Yochanan Omar oiver belav. You're over on the Vishomarta. Here, Vishomarta. It's a lav. Lema. This is easy Gemara. Lema b'Reb Oven. Omer Reb Elah, maybe in the famous Reb Oven we just had in Zvachim, we had it in Avodah Zarah. Daber Reb Oven Reb Elah. Kol mokim shenema hishomer penval. If it says one of these three words, it's when the Torah says, do not do this. Hishomer, be careful, don't do this, and you do it. Yoiven Elois Haseh. The Mar is later Reb Oven. What's the shaila if Yoiven Haseh or Alav? Is it a negative commandment? Vishomarta here. It says in the pasuk Vishomarta. It's Hishomer. Loy, the kulam is everybody holds the Reba. Or Reba Loy. So what's machlokes? Mar savi shomer the lav vishomer da say. Over here the Torah is commanding you positive. Put on the tefillin. Vishomarta and keep that mitzvah. Don't say do not put on tefillin vishomarta. If it would say do not do X, Y, Z, and it says vishomarta, that would be a loisase. But the Torah is saying positive, do this, and then it says vishomarta. That's only an asay, not a loisase. Mar savi shomer da say nami lav. V'omar Reb Elazar v'im l'shomra mutar. That if you're putting it on your head in order to make sure they don't get stolen or something, then it's mutar. V'omer Ravina, story, 2 more lines. Have you seen the Kaveh Rav Ashi was sitting in front of Rav Ashi? V'choshach v'nich tefillin. He put on tefillin after the dark. V'armilei l'shamim kabay lu'ul mar. Is it pshat? Why are you putting them on? You probably want to watch them that they shouldn't get lost. V'armilei, he lied to me. He said yes. V'chaziti l'daiti, I saw that he was lying to me. The lav l'shamim u'bay. I was able to tell that he put it on for the mitzvah. Why? Because savar halacha ve'ein marim kein. Because he holds that you're allowed to wear tefillin at night, but you're not allowed to tell people about it. It's, I don't know, there's a Shulchan Aruch here. Halacha ve'ein marim kein. I wonder how that fits in with the other Shulchan Aruch. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout